An Israeli media report says the US is planning to raise $1 billion to help the Gaza Strip. The apparent goal of the deal of the century, as it is called, helping the people of Gaza who have been under Israel's siege for a decade. The reports say US President Donald Trump wants Arab allies of Washington to pay the money for such projects like port and solar energy grid. On the face of it, this would be a humanitarian effort worthy of praise. But all endeavors are judged in light of motives behind them. Trump has portrayed himself as an enemy of Palestinians, be it the Palestinian Authority or Hamas or their supporters.
I mean, this man is unpredictable from one day to the next. When he started his election campaign, he was actually very cool towards Israel. Of all candidates, he was the one who was saying, let's cut back on aid to Israel, we don't need Israel, and so on. And then he flipped. He changed because he realized he needed access to big money in order to get elected. So the man flips and flops all over the place. Generally speaking, it's difficult to take this seriously because his alliance with Israel is an alliance with a state which has an open policy of getting rid of as many Palestinians as possible.
The Palestinian Authority does not buy the US claim that it seeks to help the people of Gaza. The authority supports talks with Israel in opposition to Hamas that seeks to fully liberate Palestine from Israeli occupation. Despite its so-called moderate approach, the Palestinian Authority believes the US goal is to drive a wedge between the two factions and at the same time remove the threat from Hamas. A report says Abbas is under pressure from the Arab states to accept the deal.
Some elements among the Palestinian leadership since Oslo trusted the USA, and now everybody knows that all during that time there was no question of being an honest arbiter. America was delivering speeches which Israel had written, quite literally, during the negotiations. So once again, the link between the USA and Israel in terms of arms, billions of dollars of arms, is so close that it's better to consider Israel as effectively a part of the United States itself.
A statement issued by a spokesman for Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas accused the US of working with Israel to separate Gaza from the West Bank under the guise of humanitarian aid or rehabilitation. The final goal, Abbas believes, is destroying the Palestinian cause. The Palestinian Authority also added that Washington seeks to turn Gaza into a humanitarian issue rather than a political one.
Opinion polls now show that President Trump is the most hated, disliked president in the USA since records began. Many more people really strongly dislike him than any other president there's been in the past. So it's difficult to see how he can do anything other than flip and flop and try to make headlines for his shrinking electoral base in the weeks and months to come.
Observers believe Abbas's doubt is reasonable as under Trump, Israel is expanding its settlements. Trump has recognized Jerusalem Al-Quds as Israel's capital and has moved the US embassy to the city from Tel Aviv. And to make things worse, the US has given Israel the green light to kill Palestinians in both Gaza and the West Bank daily with impunity.